Hello students, this is Pradeep Gupta and today we are going to do interesting topic related to light, that is dispersion of light. First you all see the diagram. In this diagram you can see there is a prism and white light is passing through the prism, and you can see what is happening to this white light. See, basically what is happening, this white light is separating into its component colors, that is Vibgyor, that you know, right? So, dispersion means what? This is the phenomenon of dispersion. Whenever white light is separating into its component colors, that phenomenon is known as dispersion of white light. Okay, so I think you all have seen this kind of picture earlier also. So this is the example of dispersion of light. This example you can see in the form of rainbow. Okay. So in the later part of today's lecture we will learn how rainbow forms. Okay. So that we will do later. Let us move to next topic. That is see that this is the next topic. See the what is written here, partial and total internal reflection. See, in this case, this is the source of light, and see the path of light. First, this is the path, this is the incident angle, and after reflection you can see this light is returning back into the water, and also some part of light is getting refracted. So what is total internal reflection? Whenever whatever light you are giving, sending from sending from the water, that same amount of light should come back. That is known as total internal reflection. So see, in this first case, your some part of light is reflecting and some part is getting reflected. Okay. See the next second angle. In this case also you can see some part is reflecting and some part is refracting. Okay. Now see the third case. In this case your angle is what? IC means what? Critical angle. And at this angle whatever light is getting refracted or reflected, that is through the medium. See, this is the line. Okay, that means in this case you cannot see any refraction. Whatever light is refracting, that is through the surface of the water. So this angle is known as what? Critical angle. And after this critical angle, if you are making angle of incidence, then whatever light you are making as an incidence angle, that same light will get reflected back. So that is known as total internal reflection. Okay. So what is total internal reflection? See, at a particular angle, that is known as critical angle, whatever light you are sending from water to the air, that whole light is through the medium, that is known as total internal reflection. Okay, so this is the diagram which explains how total internal reflection occurs. Okay, now we will move to our next topic. See here, see what is written here. When light enters a rarer medium from a denser medium, it gets partially reflected, that is, part of the light gets reflected and comes back into the denser medium as per laws of reflection. This is called partial reflection. The rest of the light gets reflected and goes into the rarer medium. Okay, so let me explain this with the help of this picture. Again you can see the picture here. See the first angle. This is your ray of light and this is your angle of incidence formed with the normal. See, whatever angle of incidence is there, same angle of reflection you can see here. So some part is reflecting and some part is getting refracted. Now see, your water is denser medium and your air is rarer medium. So whenever light passes from denser to rarer, what happens to the reflected ray? That refracted ray moves away from the normal. So see, your I and R, your R is greater than I because you are going from denser to rarer. So same thing goes on happening at one stage. What will happen? Whatever is angle of incidence, that angle of incidence is your IC, and in that case your angle of reflection will be 90 degree. That angle is known as critical angle. Okay, means at one time what you will get, your angle of refraction becomes 90 degree. That means your refracted ray is along the surface of the water. So that at that case your angle, incident angle, will be your critical angle. And if you go beyond critical angle, then whatever is your incident angle, whatever may be your incident angle, all the all the light will be reflected back to the surface, and this phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. Okay. Now we will see how rainbow forms. This is our next topic. Now students, see the diagram. This is what your water bubble, or you can say water droplets. Okay. Now see, this is what your sunlight, light ray. So whatever light is incident on this water droplet, you can see here this white light is what passing from air to what? Air to water. That means rarer medium to denser medium. Now what is happening to this light? This light is obviously changing its medium, so it will refract, and also at the same time this light is separating it into its component color. That means what? Here you can see two phenomena. One is refraction and one is dispersion. Okay. So your blue light and this white light is separating into violet and red, and in between there are obviously remaining five colors. Okay. So after reflection, this light is incident on the boundary of the water droplet, and after that it is totally reflecting. Means here we are seeing total internal reflection. And again, after total internal reflection, what is happening here? Here phenomena of dispersion as well as refraction occurs, and you can see the formation of rainbow. Okay. Now let us study this. Now students, let us read what is written here. See this. Rainbow is a beautiful natural phenomenon. It is the combined effect of a number of natural processes. It is the combined effect of dispersion, refraction, and total internal reflection. You can see in the diagram, first what is happening, your white light is getting dispersed as well as reflecting. And after that, or at the boundary of the water droplet, it is getting totally reflected. And after that, at the end, again you can see here refraction phenomena is happening, and in this case it is moving from denser to rarer. So that is why the separation between these two colors is more. You can see here it can be seen mainly after a rainfall, that you know. Okay. After the rainfall you will be having water droplets, and the sun will rise, and that sun's ray will be incident on the water droplet, and that forms rainbow. Small droplets of water acts as a small prism. When light rays from the sun enter these droplets, it gets refracted and dispersed. Then there is internal reflection, as you can see in the picture, and after that once again the light gets refracted while coming out of the droplet. All these three processes together produce a rainbow. So that phenomena now I have explained you. Again I am repeating. Whenever when you see the rainbow formation of rainbow whenever white light is incident on the water droplets, then you are going to see this beautiful phenomena of rainbow formation. Okay. Now students, we will revise whatever we have studied today. First thing is what we have learnt, what is dispersion of white light. So dispersion is what? Basically separation of white light into its component colors. Okay, so in this picture what you are seeing, first is what, your white light is incident on the glass prism, and after that your glass prism is separating this white light into its component colors, that is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. And in this separation you can see your red light is at the top, whereas violet light is at the bottom. Means what, your violet light is separating more as compared to red. This is because your red light has maximum wavelength as compared to violet. Okay, so from this I can say that red light has the maximum wavelength, and it gets dispersed less as compared to violet. Now let us see the definition of dispersion of light. The process of separation of light into its component colors while passing through a medium is called dispersion of light. So dispersion is what? This is the process in which separation of light, obviously white light, into its component colors. You can see there are 7 colors in the white light, and if your white light is separating into its component colors while passing through a medium, this phenomena is known as dispersion of light. Okay, and from this we can see red light has maximum wavelength, and that is why we use red light as a danger signal. Now from this picture what we have learned, how total internal reflection occurs. Okay, so first thing is what, in this case you should know the critical angle for that particular light, and if you know the critical angle and if you go beyond the critical angle, then only you will be able to see the total internal reflection. Okay, now see the last. See, when light enters a rarer medium from a denser medium, it gets partially reflected. That is, part of the light gets reflected and comes back into the denser medium as per laws. This is called partial reflection, whereas the rest of light gets reflected and goes into the rarer medium. And then we have learnt how the phenomena of rainbow formation occurs. So whenever you are seeing the rainbow, in that case you should have water droplets, and then white light should pass through the water droplets, and there will be 3 things. First, dispersion and refraction will occur, then after that you will be seeing total internal reflection, and at the end again you will be seeing refraction. So these 3 phenomena together forms rainbow. Okay, so I am expecting you all have learned these 3 topics. First thing is we have learned how the dispersion occurs, then we have learned total internal reflection, and at the end we have learned how rainbow forms. So students, I am expecting you all will revise these 3 things, and now we will meet in the next class. Thank you. Bye.